2007. Lawrence Spencer received an envelope, no return address. What was inside had been buried for 60 years. Roswell, 1947. Transcripts no language could reach. July 8, 1947. Roswell, New Mexico. Something came down in the desert. By morning, the base had changed. Survivor. Underlined by hand. Impossible. Matilda McElroy, flight nurse, escorted to a hangar at the back of the base. The colonel called it. 60 years silent, then cancer, and the truth won. Behind the partition, the Army had something it could not explain, could not communicate with, and could not lose. Nothing moved, nothing spoke. It was simply present. Spencer read every document. The military records were authentic. The woman was real. It had to be published. Telepathic, typed, filed, 1947. The men saw a problem. Matilda felt something she could not explain, a sense of the familiar. She was not afraid. Before she spoke, a thought entered her mind, not hers. It called itself Airl, an officer of the domain controlling 1/4 of the physical universe. The universe. The body I occupy is not yours. For 6 weeks, Matilda received information no human had accessed before. It didn't just challenge Roswell, it challenged death itself. "3 feet tall, gray skin, small mouth, a body less like biology than a vehicle." Airl was the officer inside. No organs, no biological needs. The body was equipment. The military recorded every word Matilda spoke. What they couldn't record was the telepathy, Airl's alone to give. "You alone do not hide your thoughts from me." The domain controls 1/4 of the physical universe, not the galaxy, the universe. Airl was an officer on assignment. Their enemy, the old empire. Control only. A war across thousands of galaxies, thousands of years. Humanity knew nothing. According to Airl, that was policy. Not a colony, not a station, a prison, still running. Matilda did not feel shock. She felt relief. The relief of finally understanding something she had always, inexplicably, known. When you die, the shield intercepts you every time. The domain defeated the old empire. Every prison went dark, except ours. Automated, forgotten. Invisible, undetectable. You meet it only when memory ends. Airl delivered it the way an engineer describes a system. Precisely, completely, because Matilda needed every component. Die, forget, return, billions of cycles. The most successful prison was not the most powerful. It was the most invisible. The inmates never knew. That is the design. At death, consciousness expands. The shield engages within seconds. What follows is not an afterlife. It is a processing sequence. No overseers, running automatically for 8,000 years. Not just this life, every memory, every skill, erased in sequence. What remains is a blank. The loved ones, the guides, all engineered, all projected. Every culture, every century, the same tunnel, the same light, a program running on the same hardware for 8,000 years. Wiped, die, forget, return. Every religion, every war, all downstream of implanted programming, not evolved, installed. The prison has moral codes. A containment tool. 70 years is not enough to remember. Life on Earth was not natural. Every species, designed, manufactured, shipped, it was stocked. Sell gazelles, sell lions. The natural world, a product. Da Vinci sketched flying machines 400 years early. He was not inventing, he was remembering. Fragments bleeding through the white. Mozart, Tesla, not inventors, prisoners remembering. Designed to be invisible to domain survey vessels. A pacified region. For 8,000 years, it worked. Same consciousness, different body, no memory, complete. Matilda stopped writing, stood up, put her back against the wall, and understood, for the first time, why she had always felt like she was supposed to be somewhere else. 8,000 years ago, the Himalayas, 3,000 domain officers established a hidden base. Their mission, shut down the Earth prison. Months mapping the prison, processing stations, shield frequencies. The defenses didn't identify them as officers. The system sought escaped inmates. 3,000 non-human consciousnesses matched the profile. 3,000 captured, wiped, human bodies. Still here, every generation, feeling they should be doing something they cannot name. Domain officers, mission overdue. Walking among us now, no memory, no idea. Matilda's telepathy was not a gift. Military training bleeding through the white. Her compassion, protocol. She was one of them. You know this is true. You lived it. 6 weeks, hundreds of pages, a parallel telepathic conversation, rebuilding 8,000 years of shared history between two officers. August 12th. Military ends the interviews. Airl refuses. The military used electroshock, believing they innovated. It was the old empire's memory wipe tool, the prison's own instrument. One look through the glass. Not goodbye, departed. Matilda was relieved. Airl got out. Matilda had to sign the documents and go back to the cycle. Speak. Execution. She signed. Years. 3,000 domain officers. Alive right now. In every city. Mission 8,000 years overdue. Orders intact beneath the amnesia. The Lost Battalion is not lost. They are simply asleep. She returned to civilian life. Signed. Silenced. Carrying what Airl told her. Completely alone. For 60 years. 60 years. Complete silence. Under threat of execution. 2007. Cancer. Weeks to live. She read Spencer's book. Made a decision. One final act before the system recycled her. Sealed. Addressed. Mailed. To a stranger. Spencer spent 3 days verifying every military document against public records. Every one checked out. Every single one. 2008, Spencer publishes Alien Interview. Readers across the world described it identically. It didn't feel like reading, it felt like remembering, something they already knew. These documents must be published. Her last order. Executed. She died before the book was published, never knowing if anyone believed her. The mission completed anyway. The system recycled her, wiped, returned. Somewhere in a maternity ward in 2008 or 2009, Matilda returned. New body, the knowledge buried. 17 now, somewhere on Earth, no idea. 3,000 officers, alive now, every country, feeling the mission without the memory. The Lost Battalion, still on duty. Prison intact, cycle continues. If you have been here before, and the system is built so you never remember, ask yourself this: Why does it feel on the quiet nights like you already know? Built for a static world. The grid reactivating, the battalion still here, variables it was never designed to handle. A fracture, 8,000 years, the first error. Someone woke tonight reaching for a memory that wasn't there. It was, it always is, just below the reset. Two texts, thousands of years, one instruction, remember. Installation gone, coordinates remain, the mission was never rescinded. 3,000 officers still on duty. They don't know it yet. 47 million results, not one of them alone. The prison is real. The cycle is real. The battalion is real. And the truth is already out. The only question left is whether enough people remember in time.